on some critical issues and presented a paper, their training. And as I was trying to present my paper, I discovered that even though my system, my font size was almost 14 and a half or 15, I discovered I wasn't really seeing very clearly. So I had to bring out my glasses. So one of the judges who saw me there, judges of Court of Appeal, just because he knew me, he had known me, we have known each other for over 20 years. I told them for the first 50 years of my life, I never wore glasses. But in the last 6 months, I've been forced to be using glasses. I got to my barber recently. He looked at my hair. He said, "Oh, God, what's wrong with you? You started growing gray hair." And I said, "Yeah, that is the nature of the work we do." And unfortunately, with all the commitments and all of that, some people will still either deliberately refuse to understand what we are doing, or don't just understand for some personal interest. So the essence of this engagement is for us to clarify a few issues, to let you know some of the things we're doing, and also clarify a few issues out there. It's so disturbing, quite disturbing, that a lot of the things you read about our investigation and prosecution, there are quite a number of it are far from the truth. Far. And sometimes I sit down and I listen to TV commentaries, commentators, people talking on TV and the commentaries, and I begin to wonder, where did they get these stories from? And somebody will be telling us, because you are not giving us stories. How do I give you stories? Do you look for the stories? Will I be going from one media house to another to be sharing stories? No. As media, as civil society, you work with us. We need to collaborate. And that's what we have discovered in this job, for you to do what, because you see, everything you say as a civil society, practitioners, as media men, people believe you. And people run with it. And so it's extremely important for us to be very careful about what we say, particularly those of us who make commentaries on TVs. There are some of these programs that I must listen to before I leave my house. For example, the AIT, Kakaki. I don't miss it every day, except I have to get to office before 7. Occasionally, if I'm chanced, I listen to TVC. Journalist Hangout. I don't normally do it in the evening, but when I get around 11, if I'm home on time, I listen to it, the repeat section. And I discovered that some of the things people say on some of these programs are not even correct in the first place. And these are the people that, are able to convince the mind of the public. So it's extremely important for us. Maybe before we leave this place today, we need to find a way. Because you must also understand that it's not everything we do that is expedient for us to put out there, because of the sensitive nature of our work. So maybe before you leave, after my address, after the engagement, we just find probably a way of working together, in a way that you will understand what we're doing, so that before you go out there, at least have a bit of understanding of what we do, so that you know what to take out to the public. So on this note, once again, I want to thank you very much for coming. First of all, I'd like to brief you about a few innovations we have brought in, and also some restructuring that has taken place in the EFCC. I want to talk to you about 3 main things. Number one, the restructuring agenda we have embarked on, and that is the ongoing as well. And number 2, development in certain sectors of our economy. And number 3, the current prosecution of Yahaya Bello. I woke up this morning and I went to bed around 3 a.m. I struggled to stand up around 5 a.m. when I wanted to prepare for work. As I sat on my bed trying to ruminate over what is going on and my schedule for the day, a proverb came to my mind, and I want to encourage you with that proverb. The elders have a saying in my place. A ram usually have a big scrotum. You know a ram? You've eaten ram before. With testicles in the scrotum, always big. And anytime the ram is moving around or running, you will feel that the scrotum is going to cut off. Because sometimes whether it is the ram that is shaking the scrotum or the scrotum that is shaking the ram, you can't tell. But for years, you will see that pendulum dangling. It will swing, it will dang, but it will never cut off. So EFCC, we will receive all the attacks and all of that, but we are not going to give up. We will do this work. This pendulum will not cut. It doesn't matter who is attacking us. We have this mandate. We will continue to do it until you are asked to stay off the stage. So I've been asked to see areas where we need to moderate things, we need to tell you not to report. But you know there is nothing you will tell them. What you don't want them to report, don't tell them. So I won't tell them what I don't want them to report. I know them. If you say don't report it, they will report it. So they are my people. We know ourselves. Thank you very much. On first note, we have embarked on some restructuring. Because we must understand the war against corruption is not the amount of investigation I do out there. We must understand this thing. And as a nation, we must come together to agree, at least for once. Let us move forward. Let us get out of this mess for once. But it's like, as much as we plead with people to see the reason why we need to come together and fight this battle, the more difficult things become. As if people don't even understand. And I've said this before, and I'm going to say it again. If EFCC fails, I've not failed, though. I've never failed, and I won't fail. It is all of us. It is Nigeria that has failed. If we lose this battle, it's not about Ola Olukoyede. Neither is it about any of my officers here. It's about all of us. Doctor is about you. Shehu is about you. Ogazu is about you. It's about every one of us here. Alaji, it's about you. So that's why we need to understand what it takes to do this work and what it's going to take for us to work together. I have pledged my commitment. I have pledged my resources, everything I have going for me to do this work. So let us agree on that note first. In as much as we are doing this, of course, it's not everybody that will agree with us. It's not everybody who will support us. But if reform-minded, well, many Nigerians can come together and say, let us move forward. Why can't we? Americans built America. British built Britain. Europeans built Europe. Arabians built Arab. Nigerians will build Nigeria. Few people are dragging us back, are not strong enough to take on all of us here, even within the four corners of this room, if we choose to do the right thing. And that's the only thing I'm going to plead with you for today. So first, we have embarked on some restructuring projects, and few of it, like I was saying, it's not just about all the investigation that we can do in the EFCC or the prosecution we can do or the convictions we can get. It's about the cause of these problems. The same EFCC that everybody is attacking today, they have lost this, they have lost that, they lost Adoke's case and all of that. Some of us have forgotten that the same EFCC had convicted so many governors in the time past. The same EFCC had cause to convict serving senators. The same EFCC had cause to convict ex-ministers. Even judges. That has never happened in this country, not until the advent of EFCC. Judges. Serving judges. We have had cause. When I was chief of staff, when I was secretary. So it's not about the proficiency of EFCC. It's about the support Nigerians are ready to give EFCC. 1,000 EFCC will not do anything if we don't have your support. That's the truth. And so we have embarked on some reform agenda. We look at what the problem is. The more I investigate people, the more I recover money, the more I prosecute, probably get convictions, the more difficult the war is, and the more the problem grows. So we ask ourselves on this table, what do we do next? What do we do? we said, okay, we are going to attack the source of these problems. For you to solve any problem in life, you must also understand the source of the problem. Investigation, prosecution, and all of that is like reactive. What happens? So I pledged the issue of prevention. I'm going to go into prevention very seriously. And that was all I shared with you the other time you came. I shared my policy directives and objectives with you. And so I'm happy to report to you that we have started in earnest. Now we have created a directorate called Fraud Risk Assessment and Control, in addition to our existing directorates. And we have also, because of the internal cleansing we have embarked on and we are carrying out, we have also changed our Directorate of Internal Affairs to Directorate of Ethics and Integrity. Because he who comes to equity, your hands must be clean. I'm not proud of any operative who indulges in corruption. We can't say you are fighting corruption and you yourself, your hands are soiled. So gradually, I'm not promising that you will not still be seeing one or two elements who will still be doing some inordinate things, that as much as it lies in our power and as much as we discover them, we do something. And I promise them, I'm not just going to arrest you or dismiss you, I will prosecute you. So we have one or two cases we are preparing now. And I'm going to prosecute them, my staff. We are going to do that. And so we have created the Fraud Risk Assessment and Control Department as one of our new initiatives. And what do we do? I spoke about this during the launch of our program at Yahaya Center a couple of months ago, the Interfaith Manual Teaching Manual. Don't be surprised. There are people who are doing that every day. When things are bad, they promote it. Well, when there is an improvement, nobody talks. They keep quiet. And much of this work also lies in our hands. So we must find a way of working together. There are things that may not be expedient for me to divulge. Yes, you will respect us for that. Whatever I give us, let's look at it. Also I discovered that some of us, with due respect to us here, some people mischievously will go and take whatever I say out and twist it. The other time we had a party, the only thing one of you was able to bring out was that I said 7 out of 10 Nigerian young people or students are 419. That's the only thing he was able to pick out of so many good things we discussed. So many. So many. That will tell you how mischievous some people can be. But reform-minded people, few of us, who are committed to this cause, we will not allow them to succeed. Because of our tomorrow, because of the tomorrow of our children, we must not allow them to succeed. You are free to challenge me on anything I'm doing. We are colleagues, we are friends now. Take me up on some of these things. And we'll explain to you some of the things we are doing. There are ways to help us, to support us, give us information. That's how you build a nation. Some people now, just mere seeing EF, even without the CC at the back, they start any abuses. Just EF, without even knowing why EFCC name is mentioned. And they have come. Useless people. They can't work. They are running after Yahoo boys. That's the only thing they know how to do. Come on. Elijah has been with us for years, right from my days as chief of staff. He understands the way we work here. He knows what we are passing through. Do you know the attack I face every day? From people that ordinarily should be supporting you. Do you know how many, what do you call those ritual places? Yes, how many places they have taken my name to? Invoking all kinds of evil spirits, but it will not work. Shu Sakuna, do you agree with me? In any case, even if I die now, in my 50s, nobody will say I die young. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. We must do it, all of us. And I'm going to repeat it again. If EFCC fails, all of us have failed. So don't think that Allah has failed. Don't mind him. Don't mind. We will see the end of EFCC. How can we be proud as Nigerians to be saying that we will see the end of EFCC? How? It should be our responsibility to ensure that we fulfill this mandate, so that posterity will speak for all of us. In your own time, you supported this crusade, and for the first time, we succeeded. Don't give us undue, support that we don't deserve. Let us just be objective in whatever we do. Let's be objective. I've given you some tips now. Go back, research into some of these things. For example, I've mentioned illegal mining. Research into some of these things. See how you can help us. Throw the challenge at us and see if we will not act. There is nobody that will not be touched to. Nobody who has ever dipped his hand into the treasury that we know, we have evidence on, that will not be touched. And I promise Nigerians that. We are going to bring equity. We are not going to investigate everybody, but we will bring equity and justice into it. If I can do Obiano from the southeast, if I can do Abdul Fattah Ahmed, if we are doing Idris Ahmed, if I can do my own kinsman, Olu Agunloye, Baba, who is support, do you know people who have been calling me, abusing me? But we are doing it. We will do it. So why can't I do Yahaya Bello? Why? Even in EFCC, we balance things up. Because this place belongs to all Nigerians. So that you think, because that has always been the mind of people, is a particular people, they are focusing. No, nobody is focused on any tribe here. And as much as we have the evidence, we do it. I'm a Yoruba man. I'm the chairman today. My director of investigation is an Hausa man. My chief of staff is an Igbo man. Deliberately, we will have to balance things up. So, if I focus on the southeast, you will say, God, what are you doing? Why are you holding my people? If I say it is not, Shuka will say, oh God, what's all this now? If there is anything you need clarification of, please don't hesitate to get across to me. If it's difficult for you getting across, get Wilson, get my chief of staff, get the director of investigation. They are all here. Let us do this work. Let us take up this challenge, and we will succeed. I tell you, we will succeed. Thank you very much. Good afternoon.